Straddler, where are you? Get back in your cubicle. I'm not paying you to uncubicle yourself.
Hey friends, it's Wayne. Wayne on the road here. It's a little windy here. I found a spot on Logan Lake to do this, but hopefully it's not too bad for wind. I'm going to do something today I don't normally do, and that's a product review. The people at Napier SUV tents have sent me a Backroadz SUV tent to set up and review. So I've been meaning to do this over the course of the last 5 months at Roche Lake, but with a full-time day job and half an hour commute each way, it just didn't happen. So I made a little drive today. It's the first sunny day we've gotten in about a week. So I made a little drive up to Logan Lake, which is outside of Kamloops, BC in Canada. And we're going to set up this tent and see what she does. So stick around. So first we're going to unbox it. I got the box shipped to me, just your standard box. And we'll open it up, see what's in there, and then we'll get to putting it together and seeing what it's like. All right. Dealing with major wind right now, which is going to make setting up a tent even more fun, but today's the day I got to do it, so hopefully we can get her done. So as you saw, it came in a box, which was technically just a box for shipping. Inside was its own bag, and once I took the tent out of the bag, we basically had it all rolled up, and I've unrolled it. So first step is to find a level spot, which we're already on, and then get the tent out. And you want to basically arrange it so that the door of the tent is to the door of the SUV. So as you can see here, we have a nice stretchy door opening, and that will go over the door of the SUV. So I'm by myself today. LaDonna's busy, and I needed to get this done because it's been way too long. We were up at Roche Lake for quite a while, and I totally intended on finding a nice spot there, doing some sunset work and maybe even some star trails and stuff, but it turned out that with forest fires and the weather and working a full-time day job with a half-an-hour commute on each end, time just didn't allow it. So I've been waiting for a nice day. We got this weather today, so I decided, okay, I'm going to take this out and get her done. As far as tents go, I'm not really a tent guy. I've always had trouble putting up tents. If it wasn't for the wind, this would have been a lot easier. As you'll notice, things were blowing around. I missed one of the crosses putting the tent poles through. I didn't notice it right away. I thought maybe it was just a single one on the top, but regardless, I figured it out. It didn't take me all that long. Again, this is a kind of a quick setup, so I didn't tie down all the guy lines, that kind of thing. But in doing the corners to keep it from blowing away, I noticed one thing that has always bugged me with every tent that I've bought. And I'm sorry, Napier, you're no different. This. Why do tent companies constantly use cheap frickin' bendy wire pegs? I just think that tent companies, if you want to be taken seriously, build pegs or use pegs with your tents that are a little better than you'd use in a backyard pup tent for your kids. Because this is not going to stand up to wind. It's already pulling out of the ground here, and I've only been here an hour. Use a real peg. So anyways, that's my little rant about this tent, and to be honest and fair, it's not just this tent, it's every tent. You know, I have yet to buy a tent that actually has real pegs, real ones that you can use over and over again, and that you don't need to go to a camping store and find like actual pegs that you have to replace them with. These, no, this is not a peg. So, rant said, as far as the rest of the tent goes, once you get it nailed down somehow, yes, I think it's a pretty good tent. I would definitely recommend it for people camping and tenting with their SUV. Setup was probably medium. Once you've done it a couple times, it's probably a lot easier. Read the instructions, obviously, makes things easier. So yeah, first review. Thank you, Napier, for looking me up and sending me a tent to take a look at. It's kind of cozy. I like it. So I'm going to take the rain fly off, do a little more footage, and take more of my pictures. All right. So I've never really done a review before, so I figure I'll just do it on a scale of 10. 1 being not so good, 10 being pretty good. I'd give the Napier tents, I'd give them a 9. They lose a point for the stakes.
It's like working with a monkey.